Welcome to the Revelations Room. The life of a truck driver is far from easy, fraught with constant risks and challenges that must be managed while on the road. Despite the risks and hardships, many still romanticize this profession. Have you ever imagined yourself vulnerable on a desolate road, threatened by an unseen force that could erase your existence, leaving only your memory behind? These tales come from Russian truck drivers who faced mysterious forces on the treacherous roads of Siberia and other remote areas of this vast and desolate country. The Old Fox. Approaching 30, I've earned the nickname Gloomy for my silent demeanour. I'm a driver in Moscow. One night, dispatcher Igor called with a last-minute job to Kazan, offering double pay. Who'd want to spend New Year's 800 kilometers away in traffic? I asked. It's urgent, Igor said. The gifts are for orphanages. The client grew up there. Reluctantly, I set off at 1 a.m. on December 31st. I reached Kazan by 8:30 p.m., delivered the goods, and hit the road again by 9 p.m. An hour later, my generator died in the freezing cold. With no cars or towns nearby, I struggled to fix it until an old IFA truck appeared. The driver, an older man, seemed out of another era. Despite the cold, his truck's windows were clear, and he didn't seem to notice the chill. He took me to a cafe and gave me 10 Soviet rubles to repay a debt to the owner, Ashot. Ashot was emotional when I mentioned the Old Fox, a nickname for the driver. He shared that the Old Fox, a driver like me, had crashed to save a bus of orphanage children in 1982. His sacrifice made him a legend, and Ashot missed him dearly. After fixing my truck, I drove home, planning to return to Ashot's cafe. However, despite my clear memories, I never found it again. Guy on the road. I never believed in the supernatural, thinking it only happened to others, but a recent visit to my father in Kirov changed my view. We hadn't seen each other in a year and a half, and reminisced about our life in Perm before my parents divorced. I finally asked why he left Perm, despite having connections and a good apartment. He revealed a chilling story. As a truck driver in the Ural region, he once took a job to deliver goods to Omsk. The journey there was smooth, but on the way back he chose a different route to avoid a traffic jam. On a deserted road, he saw what he thought was a stump, but it turned out to be a man dressed inadequately for winter. My father stopped to offer a ride. As the man approached, my father noticed his unnaturally large eyes and sharp teeth. Terrified, he sped off, only to see more figures emerging from the forest, chasing after him. He drove at 70 kilometers per hour, but the figures kept pace until he exited the forest. Shaken, he stopped at a gas station. While he was there, he saw the creatures again, lined up in front of the truck, staring with their huge eyes. Panicking, he honked and fled. The encounter haunted him. On New Year's Eve 1999, he saw 3 of the creatures under a streetlight, which led him to lock himself in his apartment and stay on the phone all night. The next day, he left Perm, sold his apartment, and moved to Kirov. He's lived there since and thankfully never seen those creatures again. Nightmare. Drivers often say that seeing a black dog on the road is a warning to stop and rest. Fortunately, I never saw one, but I did encounter something even stranger. While working as a truck driver, I was constantly on the road, barely sleeping, and living out of my truck. Friends and family thought I looked like a zombie, but I was focused solely on the money. One day, feeling unusually weak, I decided to take a break the next day. After a tough delivery, I headed home at 7 p.m. As I drove, I started feeling better, reminiscing about past romantic encounters, and dreaming about visiting my cousin. Suddenly, I noticed skiers in reflective jackets gliding alongside my truck. Enjoying the sight, I was puzzled by the presence of skiers in summer. I slammed on the brakes and discovered I was inches from the edge of a cliff. The skiers were an illusion, and the road, pines and skiers disappeared, revealing a strange landscape. I'm still stunned by how long I was driving in a daze, and how narrowly I escaped a serious accident. That's all for today's journey. We hope you enjoyed these eerie tales. If you'd like more content like this, let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay curious.